What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Lovers, where we talk all things sports. I am your host on the channel, Greg Sullivan, and today's video, there are no MLS midweek matches, so we are going to be predicting the MLS weekend matches. So you guys will get MLB weekend picks and MLS weekend picks. Hopefully a video from Ben to this week as well. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, though, be sure to drop a like and subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any of the latest videos. We will be posting every single day, so let's just go ahead and hop right in to the MLS weekend predictions. Alright, so we got the MLS weekend predictions here. First game on tap for you, Toronto and Real Salt Lake. As I am currently looking at the standings, Toronto is dead last, almost dead last in the East, and Real Salt Lake is 7th in the Western Conference right now. Therefore, I am going to be taking Real Salt Lake here on the road. I think they're the better team. It looks to be that way from the standings, and I think they'll pull it out against Toronto as well. Moving on from that, though, you got Orlando City and Chicago Fire. First of all, both teams in the East, this should be a really good matchup right now. It's 7 versus 11, not too far behind in points-wise, though. I'm going to take Orlando City at home. Because it's at home, I think Orlando will come out with the W. I think Chicago isn't that great of a soccer club. Therefore, I'm going to be taking Orlando City. Moving on from that, Montreal and New York City FC. Right now, as it stands, I've got New York City actually, I take that back. As I was checking out the standings, I've got Montreal here in this game. 1, it's at home. 2, they're higher up in the East. I think that Montreal is going to take the dub here. Moving on from that is Columbus and New York Red Bulls. I'm going to take New York Red Bulls on the road. This is one of the ones where I'm picking the road team here. I think the road team is the better one here in this week. So, therefore, I am picking the New York Red Bulls right here. I'm going to go through these really fast because I've got things to do. So, next matchup, though, is Inter Miami versus Austin. Inter dead last in the freaking Eastern Conference. Therefore, I'm taking Austin FC. They're the better team. They are also the road team here. So back-to-back games where I'm picking the road team. But I am taking Austin FC here as well. Now, moving on, you got Cincinnati, New England. I mean, come on, guys. I think it's pretty obvious who's the better team there. I think Cincinnati is the better team. They're 8 points clear of first place last I checked. I think Cincinnati is going to run away with the Eastern Conference. I think Cincy will make the MLS Cup. That being said, Cincy gets the dub at home against New England. Again, another thing to add to the tally, they are undefeated at home as well. Fun fact about them too. Therefore, I'm taking FC Cincy here at home against New England as well. Now moving on, you got Nashville SC versus DC United. Nashville, 2nd place in the Eastern Conference, and it's at home. Therefore, I am taking Nashville. I think that's pretty obvious point. I believe DC is at one of the bottom teams. They're 9th in the Eastern Conference right now, and they're playing on the road. They've been struggling as of late. Therefore, I think it's pretty obvious who I am taking. Going to be Nashville SC here at home against a struggling DC United team. Moving on from that, though, St. Louis and Colorado. Again, don't know much about these two teams, both in the West, however. Now, St. Louis is very, very good. They are 2nd place in the MLS with 29 points behind LAFC in the West as well. Therefore, I'm taking St. Louis. It's a 2 versus 14 seed. I think it's pretty obvious who everyone should be taking in that one, and I am taking the better team there in St. Louis as well. Moving on from that one, though, this is going to be one of the better matchups to watch as well. FC Dallas and LAFC. Number 1, I know both of them are far apart in the standings, 1 and 6, but regardless, LAFC looks great on the road regardless every time they play on the road. And it's at home for FC Dallas. If FC Dallas can hold their own, I think they will win at home. But as of right now, I'm going to be taking LAFC on the road here. I think LAFC will get the road victory here against a St. Louis team or an FC Dallas team as well. Moving on from that one, though, you got Minnesota versus Portland. Now, I don't know much about these two teams. It's going to be a very competitive game from what I just saw in the standings. It's 10 versus 12. Therefore, I'm taking Minnesota at home here to upset Portland right here at home, though. I think Minnesota gets the victory at home. Now moving on, we got Sporting Kansas City and Vancouver. Again, two teams I really don't know about a whole lot as well. Both teams aren't very, very good as I'm checking out the standings right now. I'm taking Vancouver on the road here against Sporting Kansas City. Now moving on, Seattle and Houston. This is going to be an excellent matchup to watch in the West. 3 versus 4 in the standings. This one is going to be a struggle for me. I am going to be taking Seattle, though, at home. I think it will be very competitive. I think there will be a lot of goals scored. I think it will be 3-2 Seattle at home. That's going to be the number one game of the week. That's going to be the game to watch right there, is Seattle and Houston Dynamo. Now, moving on to the final Saturday game is San Jose and LA Galaxy. Come on, guys. LA Galaxy is absolutely horrible this year. I don't know what it is with LA Galaxy. San Jose looks to be getting hot at the right time. I'm taking San Jose as it is at home as well. And LA Galaxy been struggling as of late. They're dead last in the Western Conference. I'm taking San Jose here at home as well. Now, the Sunday game, the lone Sunday game. This is going to be a big one as it is on Fox as well. It's a rivalry game. Atlanta United hosting Philadelphia Union. This one is going to be deciding a lot right now. 5 versus 4 in the standings on national television in Atlanta. 3 p.m. kickoff on Sunday as well. I know I'll be watching that game from Chicago just because it's Atlanta United. Number one, and number two, this is a very huge game for Atlanta. They got to score a really good goal. Almada had a nice goal last week as well. Robinson's going to be getting back in there after he's done playing for the United States as well. Therefore, I never pick against my boys. I'm taking Atlanta United at home against Philly. I think it's the right call here, but that's going to be all, and I'm taking Atlanta United at home against Philadelphia, who is number 4. This is going to be an important matchup for the MLS as well. So the top 2 matchups: Atlanta United and Philly, and then Houston Dynamo and Seattle Sounders. But anyway, that is going to be all for today's video. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Let me know your guys' MLS weekend predictions as well in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.